Okay, let me hit you with a crazy fact right out of the gate. Before a single token was ever traded, institutional investors poured enough money into this project to give it a $1.1 billion valuation. Yeah, a billion with a B, before it even launched. Imagine a world where you literally can't trust if the person you're talking to online, the voice on a customer service call, or even the votes in an election were actually human. Well, in 2026, that's not sci-fi anymore, right? That's just our reality. Welcome to this explainer. We're doing a full documentary-style deep dive into Humanity Protocol, which is this massive Web3 project taking on the existential threat of AI, deepfakes, and bots. You absolutely need to stick around to the end because we're unpacking exactly why the smartest money in the room is betting the house on this.
So, let's talk about that $1.1 billion number. A fully diluted valuation like that, before a token generation event, that is incredibly rare in the crypto space, especially at the seed and Series A stages. It tells us something huge. Venture capital isn't just looking for the next meme coin or DeFi app anymore. They are actively hunting for critical infrastructure. They're looking for a foundational security layer to solve a problem that's honestly threatening the whole internet.
And look at this quote. It perfectly hits the nail on the head. The most valuable primitive in the AI era is confirmed human presence. I mean, think about it. With large language models making it just trivially easy to fake identities, reviews, or governance votes, both Web 2 and Web 3 are facing an absolute crisis of trust. The most valuable asset you can have right now isn't data. It's verifiable proof that a real, living, breathing human being is on the other side of that screen. Keep this idea in the back of your mind because it's the entire thesis of everything we're about to cover.
Here's our roadmap for part 1 of this explainer. We'll be hitting the AI identity crisis, meeting the architects behind the project, digging into zero-knowledge palm scanning, looking beyond crypto airdrops, exploring the 1 million club, and finally, that unicorn backing. Let's jump right in.
Section 1. The AI identity crisis and the massive trust deficit we're seeing in Web 3.
Okay, to really get why this matters, we have to talk about Sybil resistance. A Sybil attack is basically when one person, or a bot network, spins up thousands of fake identities to game a system. In Web 3, stopping this is absolutely crucial. Without it, you just have automated airdrop farming and fake engagement running wild. Right now, a single motivated person can write a script to operate tens of thousands of crypto wallets. So when a project launches a token meant to reward its actual community, these bot farms just swoop in and siphon off millions of dollars. Humanity Protocol's founder actually pointed to this as a massive driver for their early adoption. Projects are literally bleeding value to algorithms, and they desperately need a way to prove that one wallet equals exactly one real human.
Currently, we mostly rely on what's called federated identity. Every time you click log in with Google or Apple. But here's the catch. Those centralized tech giants hoard your data. It's a massive privacy risk and a giant honeypot for hackers. Humanity Protocol flips the script with self-sovereign identity, or SSI. This means you actually own your credentials. They live on-chain, they belong to you, and you can take them from app to app without asking some middleman for permission. You're no longer just renting your identity from a monopoly.
Moving to Section 2. Meet the architects. Let's look at the heavy hitters actually building this infrastructure.
We are not dealing with anonymous developers here. These are verified industry veterans. Leading the charge is CEO Terrence Kwok. What's absolutely vital to know about him is that he previously founded Tink Labs, which became Asia's first unicorn. So the guy knows exactly how to scale a tech company to $1 billion. Then you have Yi-Wai Chong, the interim foundation CEO, bringing some serious institutional finance weight from his time as an exec at Morgan Stanley. Add to that Mario Naufel as a foundation director. He's a massive Web3 media figure. His Twitter spaces literally reach hundreds of thousands of people. And finally, Yat Su, the co-founder of Animoca Brands, is also a foundation director, giving them unparalleled connections across global Web3 investments.
This lineup is no accident. It's a highly calculated strategy. Think about it. Terrence has the tech and scaling locked down. UI brings the institutional credibility. Mario gives them the massive media distribution needed to get eyes on the project. And Yatsu plugs the whole thing into games, NFTs, and broader infrastructure. They've literally got all 4 vital axes totally covered.
Section 3. Zero-knowledge palm scanning. This is how they do privacy-first biometrics.
So this is the part where humanity completely separates itself from its biggest rival, WorldCoin. You might remember WorldCoin requires you to find that physical metallic orb to scan your eyeball, right? That faced huge regulatory pushback because, well, it feels pretty invasive. Humanity Protocol does something totally different. Step 1. You just use your normal smartphone camera to snap a picture of your palm, since your palm lines are unique to you. Step 2. Their AI model processes that scan. Step 3. It instantly converts it into a cryptographic hash, basically a one-way digital fingerprint, using zero-knowledge proofs. That means it proves it's you without revealing the actual data. And Step 4, which is the absolute kicker, your raw palm image is instantly trashed. It never touches a central server, it's totally frictionless, private, and honestly, it completely sidesteps the bias issues we see with a lot of facial recognition tech.
And this right here is their massive competitive moat. Phase 1 is proof of humanity. That's the baseline. It just confirms you're a unique human being. It doesn't know your name, just that you're real and only have one account. But Phase 2, that's the real game changer. That's proof of trust. This lets you attach verifiable credentials to your identity without ever actually showing the underlying data. Like, let's say an app needs you to be over 18. With proof of trust, you can cryptographically prove you're an adult without ever showing them your driver's license or birth date. Or prove you live in a specific country for compliance without handing over a passport. It takes them from a simple anti-bot tool to a full-blown privacy-preserving identity platform.
All right, Section 4, Beyond Crypto Airdrops. Let's look at their enterprise use cases.
Look, stopping crypto airdrop bots is huge, but it's really just the beachhead. Think about the massive digital advertising industry. Advertisers waste billions on metrics inflated by AI bots. Humanity's software lets Web2 platforms verify their users are actual people, creating this premium tier of verified human engagement. Or consider decentralized voting in DAOs. You can finally guarantee a democratic system where one verified human gets one vote, stopping some massive whale with 1,000 fake wallets from hijacking the whole process.
And they are not staying confined to the crypto bubble. They're aggressively going after traditional enterprise and regulatory compliance. For instance, they're working with South Korean financial institutions for privacy-preserving KYC. That's Know Your Customer compliance. But the wildest use case has to be their partnership with Prenetics, a major genomics company. They're exploring linking verified identity to actual health credentials. Imagine participating in medical research where your health data is verified, but your total privacy is guaranteed by zero-knowledge proofs. They're even looking at event ticketing, literally stopping scalper bots from buying up all the concert tickets. The addressable market here is essentially the entire digital economy.
Moving on to Section 5, the 1 Million Club and their massive testnet adoption. Before they even launched their token on the mainnet in June 2025, Humanity Protocol verified over 1 million unique human identities on their testnet. I really want you to pause and digest that for a second. We're not talking about 1 million randomly generated wallet addresses. These are over 1 million real individual human beings who took out their phones, scanned their palms, and verified themselves. Hitting that milestone pre-launch gave them incredible proof of concept for their tech, and it meant they had a massive, highly engaged community ready to go on day one.
And it turns out, South Korea has become an absolute powerhouse for them. The Korean crypto market is famous for being super engaged and tech-savvy, so it's a perfect testing ground. But more than that, South Korea has strict data regulations. Humanity has actively pursued Korean institutional partnerships because their privacy-first, zero-knowledge palm scans are a much better, regulatorily friendly alternative to the invasive data hoarding of traditional vendors. It's essentially the ultimate launchpad for their enterprise strategy.
Finally, Section 6, Unicorn Backing and Partnerships.
So let's talk financial firepower. To date, they've pulled in over $50 million from some of the absolute most selective allocators in the entire space. We're talking Pantera Capital and Jump Crypto, co-leading both the seed and Series A rounds. When Tier 1 funds like that double down, you pay attention. They've also got backing from Animoca Brands, Hashed, and Mechanism Capital. But check out that last bullet point. In June 2026, Hex Trust, which is a massive institutional custodian, acquired $42 million worth of Humanity tokens. That's not just a VC taking a gamble. That is a major custodian taking a serious, long-term infrastructure position.
And this brings us back to that mind-blowing $1.1 billion valuation before their token generation event. Like I said at the start, this is historically rare. The smart money saw the AI identity crisis. They saw the regulatory nightmare of WorldCoin's iris scanners, they looked at Terence Kwok's track record, and they basically decided, yep, this is the solution. They priced it as a unicorn while it was still largely in testing. The fundamentals, the team, the tech, it's genuinely revolutionary.
So we've clearly established why the foundation of Humanity Protocol is incredible technology. But, as with everything in crypto, great tech doesn't automatically mean a smooth ride for the token price. And honestly, the tokenomics of this project hold a pretty dark secret. You absolutely must come back for part 2 of this explainer because we're going to completely tear apart the token supply structure. We'll uncover a terrifying supply overhang waiting in the shadows, and we'll analyze the dramatic 86% market crash tied to their June 2026 cliff event. The tech is totally sound, but the market reality? That's a completely different beast. I'll see you in part 2.